and last one. What stood out to you? What did you like about your group's effort to start the road trip?
I really liked our defensive intensity. I think we allowed our defense to fuel and generate our offense. Guys were stepping into shots with confidence, making the right play, finding their opening man, and just continue to stay the course throughout the game was really good for our guys.
We saw Suggs pop up in the injury report with the back. How's he doing, and how did he aggravate it?
Yeah, I think the practice prior to, I think it started bothering him a little bit, and then he went into the game, and you could just see him, kind of laboring a little bit as the game went on. And I think after halftime, it tightened up on him, and so that's what's kind of given him problems.
For your group, you look over these last couple of games. You've been making over 20+ threes. What's going into creating those looks and having guys knock them down?
I think sticking with our process, our guys' ability to get downhill, attack the basket, touch the paint in order for spray outs, guys stepping in with confidence, just understanding that they're going to find themselves open. We've led the league in a lot of ways, and being able to get those open shots, but being able to step in with confidence is going to be key for us.
As you look at this Phoenix team, what are some of the things that stand out about them, even without Devin Booker in the lineup?
Yeah, they've had a lot of injuries. Guys been in and out of the lineup, so just understanding how they've continued to have success. Their defense has been stifling. They know how to turn you over, get out in transition. Guys that can knock shots down, similarly to get out when they're in transition, stepping into their shots. They have a lot of active scorers. Again, Brooks is playing very good basketball. He brings that level of toughness to this team and physicality, but also offensively, he's been doing a great job for them this year.
Coach, when you look at the Suns, that tagging up process, just going for the old boards and setting your defensive transition, how do you see teams kind of leaning more into that and kind of dictate the possession battle a little bit, but also take away that transition attack?
Well, you just said it. It's the possession battle. And I think as guys are tagging up and crashing over the top side, I think those things allow you to get more possessions. But then teams have to realize that they can't get out and run. If you guys are crashing the top side and they're not allowing you, to just get the quick, easy, early outlets. So I think it benefits both sides of it, your transition defense as well as your offense gaining more possessions.
Do you, as a coach, game planning for a team that leans into that, do you kind of tell your guys to just go for the boards more than trying to leak out? Just to kind of beat that with some resistance?
Well, you never want to leak out. So at the end of the day, you got to make sure you finish the possessions. I think that's been very key, especially with this group where they do a great job of crashing the glass. So we've got to make sure we're hitting guys, finishing the possessions out before we get out and run.
Yeah, with the reserve unit that they have, it feels like they lean into that for a lot of the kind of chaos that they cause. What are you seeing from that group just I guess, like the individuals within it? Is anybody standing out to you in particular?
Well, you just said it. I think that group just creates chaos. They're flying around, they're defending, they're crashing the glass, they're picking up full court, changing the defense. I think that group, presents a major problem for most teams. I think being able to, keep your poise, have a game plan going into it, how you're going to play against them is very important. But Jordan has done a great job with this group.